stuff, I never thought it was like that spectacular, because to me when I hear spoon bending, I think of that scene in The Matrix where the kid goes like, there is no spoon there. And I always thought like, that's what I want to see. I want to see something insane. Like, I want to see the spoon, like, legitimately just bend in an impossible flipping way. You see what happened here? In color. It's twisted, right?
Yeah.
We hear things that are really strong. Like you want to try
Someone
to
from
twist
crowd.
the back.
Ooh, give it to a crowd.
You want to try to twist the back.
Woo!
Twist the back.
Come on, Cole.
Woo!
Nah, this is some grip strength. Nah, this is impossible. I'll back you.
Yeah. Woo!
Alright, welcome back to Magic Isn't Real, the place where I try to replicate the claims of the supernatural with my very natural skills. If there's one thing that I was trying to avoid, if there's one thing that I don't want to talk about on this channel is Uri Geller.
Hey, I want to talk to you about Uri Geller.
What? Who are you?
I'm Coleman from Think This Through channel.
How did you get here?
I'm not really here. I'm astral projecting.
Astral projection is real. How does that work?
Oh, it's an After Effects filter.
Yeah.
Excuse me, just one sec.
Dude, are you astral projecting from the toilet?
No, I was just finishing something else.
I just heard you flush.
Well, I should have hit mute. Anyway, I came to ask you something really important.
Are you sure you're done?
Yeah, don't worry. Everything came out great. So, anyway, is Uri Geller a real psychic?
No.
But how do you know?
Man, he doesn't even call himself a psychic anymore. Look, it says Mystifier. That is a title you get for doing magic tricks at children's parties.
But he can bend a spoon with his mind.
Yeah, me too. Watch. I'm using my mind to bend the spoon as well as my fingers.
Oh.
He constantly touches the spoon. He keeps rubbing the spoon on the one spot that is gonna bend. You wanna see some real magic? Watch this.
Holy okay, that is cool.
And you don't need any psychic powers to do that. Any well-trained magician can do that.
Wait, I'm sensing a comeback from Uri Geller.
Because magicians can duplicate some of these things with trickery does not mean that genuine psychics do it with trickery. Anyone can imitate the Mona Lisa, but that does not make them Leonardo da Vinci.
He just owned himself.
He did?
Yeah, that is a stupid analogy. The Mona Lisa is still a painting. We know a painting isn't supernatural. It's like saying people are copying your tricks. You're admitting those are tricks. And I have one thing to say to all these frauds. Do something a magician cannot do. We cannot actually move things with our mind. We cannot actually predict the future. And we cannot change the course of history.
No, but Uri Geller did that. He stopped Brexit with his mind.
What?
Yeah, look.
Uri Geller says he is planning to unleash his telepathic abilities on the Prime Minister.
I believe in extrasensory perception, and I believe we can get to the mind of Theresa May. We are going to instruct her to go for second voting.
Well, let's see what happens.
Just imagine what would have happened if Geller hadn't manifested that second referendum and canceled Brexit. England would still be separate from the EU by now.
I hate to break this to you, but...
And he also has the power to change the subject. Look, he says the CIA says he's not fake.
The CIA concluded, as a result of Geller's success in this experimental period, we consider that he has demonstrated his paranormal perceptual ability in a convincing and unambiguous manner.
So how did he convince those scientists? How did he pass all those tests?
Gee, I don't know. How did he? Tell me, how did you pass high school?
Oh, he cheated? But no, I mean, these were scientists at Stanford with labs and experiments.
And no training as magician. As James Randi used to say,
No matter how smart or well-educated you are,
What's that?
you can be deceived.
I think I'm being haunted by the ghost of James Randi.
Haunted? How does that work?
It's an audio clip.
Oh, okay, cool. But you still can't be sure that he cheated, right?
What we know for sure is that every time you stop him from cheating, he suddenly can't do the trick. Look what happened when he went on the Johnny Carson show.
I'm having a hard time with you.
Johnny Carson was actually a magician and he consulted with James Randi. So he couldn't swap the spoons, he couldn't mark the cans, and presto, all of a sudden, he couldn't tell which one had the water.
Uri was telling me you don't feel, what, strong tonight?
I don't
Is that...
feel strong.
Wait, that thing with the cans that he couldn't do when he couldn't cheat, that was the test he passed at Stanford? The one that said he was psychic?
Yes! That's what I'm trying to tell you. He only does tricks that are possible to cheat. And when he can't cheat, he doesn't do it. The scientists even said so.
2 additional trials were made, one with a paper-wrapped ball bearing and one with a sugar cube. Geller felt that he didn't have adequate confidence as to where they were, and he declined to guess and passed.
So, how many spoons have to be murdered before we stop giving this guy attention?
Yeah, you're right. We should just stop paying attention to him. So...
I was kind of doing something else here, you know.
Oh, right. Well, let's have a not awkward goodbye. Can I have a hug?
What? Like an astral hug?
Yeah, come on, bring it in, bring it in.
You know, just call me next time.
Okay, all right.
Cool. I thought he'd never leave. Anyway, if you want to see the rest of the Gaia video being debunked, you can go to the Think This Through channel and just support him, you know. Give it a share, give it a subscribe, do all the things that you're supposed to do right now. Trust me, he's a great guy. When he's not astral projecting from a toilet, he's a great guy. Now, to what I was going to talk about today, which was... Okay, fine. Let's talk about this. I don't specifically want to talk about Uri Geller because I feel like we have done that already too much. Let's forget about that. I want to talk about something that the Gaia people are never going to talk about and something that even Uri Geller is never going to mention in his career, which is, you know when he brags about the fact that he was tested by scientists? Yeah, other magicians were tested by scientists as well. I'll suggest you to go and check out Project Alpha, which was an effort from magician James Randi to demonstrate that this testing was not done properly. So what he did is that he sent 2 very young magicians at the time, Stephen Shaw, also known as Banachek, and Mike Edwards, to pretend to be psychic who could do all sorts of spoon bending and whatever. And you know what happened? They did fool a bunch of scientists that were testing the paranormal. So when Uri Geller brags about the fact that he was tested by scientists, it means absolutely nothing. A lot of people have already spoken about Uri Geller. A lot of people have already spoken about this Project Alpha thing. But there's one thing that I feel like needs to be said out loud. When James Randi revealed that those 2 psychics were actually magicians that he trained to fool scientists, people hated it. People saying like, oh my God, you're sending our research so far back. Why did you do that? That was the only way to demonstrate that their research method was flawed. I feel like they should be thankful that they were honest enough to reveal it. Because someone else, and I don't want to say his name again, but someone else who's never going to reveal those are tricks, that might push your research far back. Not someone who went to the trouble to basically trick you in order to teach you what the problem, in order to show you what the problem is. I know what you're thinking. Oh, but couldn't he just done it without the deception? No. The whole point was to prove that scientists can be deceived, especially if they are, let's be honest, slightly biased on what they were looking for. Okay, you know what? Let's stop. Let's stop it there. I think I said enough. And I want to end on a good note, which is if you join my Patreon, I have a spoon bending tutorial that will teach you how you can spoon. No, you can't spoon. How you can bend any spoon. You don't spoon any bend. Yeah, if you go on my Patreon, you're also going to get all of this bloopers that I do all the time. If you go on my Patreon right now, I have a spoon bending tutorial where I teach you how you can pretend to bend spoons with your mind with any spoon whatsoever. You can go to any restaurant, any bar, any house party, and someone can hand you a spoon and you can pretend to bend it with your mind. Yes, I have the tutorial. It's on my Patreon. Go check it out. It's a lot of fun, and it's gonna lend you so many phone numbers if you know what I mean. Anyway, if you're still here, I want you to comment spoon. And I thank you so much for being on this channel. Please consider liking, sharing, subscribing, and the whole thing. And I shall see you next time. Peace out.